What's going on, guys? We are back yet again, and we're finally going to be going over Creature Commandos Season 1. So, going after 8 episodes, I will say first off, this was actually a very interesting series. I was a little hesitant because, again, this is one of the first things James Gunn has done since he has taken over as creator of DC Comics. Now, again, if you guys have not watched DC Creature Commandos, definitely give it a shot. Give it a shot. And the reason why I say that is if you're a fan of not only DC, Suicide Squad, definitely check this out because the entire season is going into the squad having going overseas, which I'm assuming it's got to be somewhere in Germany. Is what I'm assuming. And what we see is they're trying to protect this princess, and then when they do, they're trying to protect her from this crazy Amazonian. And then once they do, they protect her, they leave, and the Amazonian basically tells them that, hey, the reason why I was trying to kill her is because she's going to take over the world, and she has Amanda Waller see, apparently, her taking over the world, and then Amanda Waller changes her mind and has the team go and try to take her out, even though Rick Flag Sr. had a relationship with her, and she was trying to use him. And so we find out through the whole entire of the season or series or whatever. I'm not sure if this is going to get season 2 yet or not, but we see each character have a backstory, and I'll get to that here in a minute. But I'm going to go through the main story. But we see where they slowly start getting used to one another, and one of the main ones for the robot, he does get taken out, and then we see where the other one, Nina, she was the fish character, and she got killed as well for trying to kill the princess at the very end, and we figure out that unfortunately through all this turmoil, through Rick Flag Sr. getting beat up, making an alliance with Frankenstein, and him trying to save the princess because he thinks that this is all just a setup, when unfortunately, no, it was not, because she was working with Clayface for whatever reason, so that way it can make it look like that she was being all innocent, so maybe she could get more ones underneath her thumb. So the bride ended up killing her anyway. And we go into the very last scene where the only really familiar face we see is Killer Shocker on the team, plus Bride, plus the other one, and then a new version of the robot, and of course Weasel and whatever else. And so it looks like maybe Bride's gonna be leading the team. Frankenstein again, chasing her throughout the entirety of the season. We really got to see between his backstory and her backstory in this version. Frankenstein wanted a bride, and he had Dr. Frankenstein make her, but he was very pushy. He was very stalkerish, and she was very timid, very scared of him. And she developed a relationship with Dr. Frankenstein. It got physical. Frankenstein found out, killed him, and he was stalking her throughout the entirety of her life. And they've been fighting for centuries, and that's the reason why that she ended up going to jail. And then you saw where the one Nina, the fish one, she uh was born with her lungs outside. Her mother didn't want her. She thought she was a freak. Her father, did everything he could to change her chemical makeup to survive with this body that she had been born with, and learn how to survive underwater. And she got old enough, she kept getting picked on, and she finally left home, and she gave her father a farewell letter. But then she got captured by local authorities, and she ended up seeing her father die right before her eyes. So that's another sad story. And then Weasel, I'd have to say maybe Weasel had one of the most saddest ones, because he was an abandoned creature, made friends with these kids at his school, and one thing led wrong to where this one guy thought this, Weasel was going to hurt him. He didn't. Ended up causing a fire, and the police got involved. They tried shooting at Weasel and putting the kids in danger, mind you, and it just made the whole situation worse. So again, it wasn't Weasel's fault for what happened. It truly wasn't. It just made him whatever, and he can't talk about this because he's unable to speak. So I was really sad. And the one with GI Robot, he just does not know a whole lot about humanity. He's obsessed with killing Nazi soldiers, and that's how he ended up in prison, by doing that with the current ones that he was taking out. I mean, he was a cool character of what he went through in World War II. I will say that, and then of course we didn't really go too much into Rick Flag Senior's background. We went into what was it, Felicios, the skeleton. We went into his backstory, which was really sad as well. He was doing a lot of cancer research. He was getting funding from local gangsters, and apparently he didn't give all of it, all the information that he was supposed to, and his wife and child ended up dying. They put him in this, and he came back for revenge, and he took over the organization until Batman stopped him. That's how he ended up in prison. So there was a lot of back and forth on what was going to happen with these characters. I firmly enjoyed this show. I did. There was a lot of things that I noticed that was in here that would normally be like in the Suicide Squad, from comedy to action to adventure to a lot of just everything you would normally have in a show for something like Suicide Squad. That was very sarcastic, very dirty mind for comedy, a lot of craziness for bloody, gory type stuff. That would be in normally, like I said, in Suicide Squad. So I'm gonna give James Gunn the benefit of the doubt. I know we got the new Superman movie coming. I know there's other things in the works as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing what maybe James Gunn can do with the DC universe. So, what do you guys think of Creature Commandos season 1? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it okay? Was it mediocre? Are you still kind of waiting to see what we're gonna be getting from James Gunn? So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you on the next one.